Appreciate the past. Appreciate the past because it helped to form you or mold you into the person that you are today. And even though when we were going through those things, when the past and in the past and things were happening and we couldn't understand why, it just took us a little while to understand that at the end of the day, everything has a purpose. And I can give a story and say that for me, for example, my fiance, I remember the moment that I met her, it just became clear to me why things didn't work out with other girls in the past. And it was just crazy because at the time, going through all of those things with, oh, I thought this girl was cool, but that didn't work out. I thought things were gonna work out between me and this girl and things didn't work out. Those were things that in the past, I couldn't understand why those things were happening. I was just like, why? Like for a while, I couldn't understand why God was doing those things because I was like, why God? I feel like I have so much to offer. How come it feels like no one is interested like that? But what I didn't realize was that God was he had the person that he was saving for me. And it was a matter of me developing and kind of growing and then all of a sudden meeting that person. And so that's something that I really just wanted to talk about, was really just appreciating that. Because even if you don't understand why these things are happening right now, there's always a reason why it's happening. And oftentimes it's a sign, whether that means that if something didn't work out, that you need to grow, that you need to work on yourself a little bit, or sometimes it literally just means that that person wasn't the one for you and things just weren't meant to work out with that person. Like things were never going to work with that person. And I understand like it can be tough because when I was that age and in college and all of these things and you're hearing about, oh, so-and-so got engaged and this couple, they look so cool together and all of that stuff, it can be even more difficult because then you look at yourself and you're like, oh, how come I don't have that person yet? Or how come this person hasn't been the one for me? But it's really just a beautiful thing when things truly come to fruition and you realize all of that. And it was just one of those things where all of the work and the time that I had been putting in to work on myself ended up paying off when I met the right person. And that's why I remember there was this quote that I saw, I think it was on Instagram years ago. And it said, instead of focusing on finding the right person, focus on becoming the right person. And that was something where I really did kind of take that to heart. And I said, let me start behaving and carrying myself in a way that, if I was a girl looking for someone that I would want, traits that I would find desirable, whether that means being more motivated, whether that means being more disciplined, whether that means hitting the gym more, whatever it is that you think you're like, okay, this would be a desirable trait, that's definitely something that you can do. And that way, instead of blaming the past or blaming a girl or the other person on why things didn't work out, it's extremely important to continue to work on yourself. And whether if that means you need to read more, if that means that you sign up for classes and you go back to school, or you apply for that job that you didn't think you were good enough for. These are all things that can help you or help us turn a negative situation into a positive one. And I feel like you see it in movies all the time where it's like a guy or a girl might get their heart broken and then they work on themselves and then they end up applying for a job that they didn't think they could get and they end up getting it. It actually reminds me of the movie just came to me now, Think Like a Man, where I think his name was Jeremy in the movie, and I forgot the actor's real name, but him and Gabrielle Union's character, I don't remember her name, but when they were together and then they were having issues and they kind of split up, and Jeremy ended up working on himself. He ended up going from this person who was so obsessed with playing video games and just not really developing himself to kind of getting his act together, when he noticed that, okay, well, my girl's on this level and she has this ambition, I need to have ambition to match that. And so the fact that he kind of, he ended up applying for that job and he ended up getting the job and everything. And the fact that that situation allowed him to realize his true potential allowed him to end up getting the girl back, but also it helped him get out of that victim mentality of, woe is me, my girl doesn't want to be with me anymore, my girl's gonna leave me, why is she doing this, why is this happening to me, I thought we were gonna be together forever, and all of these things. It's just incredible how things like that can happen, and it can make or break you, truly. Either it happens and it allows you to find that discipline and find that motivation, or it happens and it truly just breaks you in half, and then you're never the same person that you were before. And so, to sum things up, you guys, in this video, I just want to make a quick video talking about how it's important to appreciate your past, and it's important to appreciate the elements of it that allowed you to grow into the person that you were meant to be. And I hope that you guys found this video informative. I hope it was super helpful for you guys. And as always, if you guys loved it, I'd appreciate it if you liked, commented, and subscribed. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one.